Hello and welcome back to the last video related to the cylinder case. As you have seen, we dissect this case, when it comes to meshing. But now let's do at the very end, let's say the most important part for meshing that you need a geometry. Without geometry, pretty much you're gonna do your mesh. So let's do the mesh. Here you have the dimension of the cylinder. Now you have the link also in the description. I'm sharing the file with Onshape so you can get access to the document and all the geometries that we're going to do. Also, I will share all the links now where you have the Onshape geometry so you can download everything. And at the end, we want to do this. Want to have this domain. So let's work, okay, with Onshape. So the first thing is you need to create an account in Onshape, okay? I'm not going to go into too many details on Shape. I will give you the basic to get you started. Okay, so create your account and let me go back here. So then when you are here, okay, you can create a new document. So you will have a different screen. Well, here's a little bit more advanced what I have. Create a new document, give it a name. So I would call it test cylinder. And there you go. So this is your graphical user interface. So you have your canvas, you can access everything, you have different tools. So if you haven't used any CAD tool before, let me know, get you familiar, because the tricky thing is that to create solid models, you don't start from primitive. You need to start from sketches to the sketch. So you need to select a reference plane where you want to do the sketch. So let me select the front plane. See that is selected, becomes orange. So you want to deselect something, press spacebar. So I select this one and I want to sketch here. A sketch. And then this is the front plane. Click there in the queue and then you can put it normal or you can press the N key, normal to screen. So by the way, you have the help and here you have keyboard shortcuts, many shortcuts. So feel free to spend some time to see the shortcuts. Also, you will realize that there is no save button because everything is saved automatically. Okay, so whatever you do, every single click, everything is saved. So in theory, you have unlimited undos. So at this point, let's do an sketch. So see that you have different options. So you drop down. By the way, you have the help. You have a lot of videos. Okay, so it's very good, the health system here. So what we want to do is a cylinder. So let me set it here. You have different options. Put it here. So sorry. I do the sketch. I don't care about dimension because here also see that dimension. Click there and give a dimension. I work in meters. Okay, so let me put 1. F fit to screen. See that you have their dimensions and now at this point it's fully parametric. So if you want to change there, put different dimensions, okay? So the black means that it's fully constrained. Sometimes you will see blue. Blue means that it's not fully constrained, just to show you the line blue. See that it's blue, meaning that it's not fully constrained, so I can see that you can change the diameter, but also you can move it in space, okay? So here you have some constraints. Everything is self-explanatory. So for instance, if I anchor this, let me see, where do I have the anchor? So, so probably I can put it here and there becomes constraint. Now let's align it with this one and see that. So I'm not going into too much detail. So now that you have this one, see that you have the surface, click here, and you have a surface. And from the surface, now you need to create the solid model. So click there and see that you can move, and there you go, you have your cylinder. So our cylinder, let me see dimensions. So, well, I will sketch something fast, so it's not too much. So you can put it there, okay, load ID. So for instance, you're happy with that, go here, do another extrusion, move. See that you have also Boolean here, so you create your Boolean, and this is your cylinder. Let me do undo to show you another way. So in each auction, you always have, in each of these functions, different actions. So I want to do symmetric, and in each direction, I want one. And there you go. Okay, so always read the auctions, and this is the cylinder. Then you can select a face, and you can sketch in that face. Just to show you that I selected that face, put it normal here, and let me do a sketch there. You have a sketch. I'm happy with that. And see that now this, I can use it to, for instance, I can cut a hole. Well, in this case, add material, I can put remove. Okay, so get familiar. Okay, it's relatively easy. Okay, the goal of this video is not to show you all the options on Shade, just to show you this case how I do stuff. So right click here. Also, you have the parametric stored here, all the features, and I can delete that. I don't want that sketch. And this is it. This is your geometry. And now you can click here, right click, export, and see that you have many options. So you want to export it OBJ, which is okay, or STL. So OBJ usually is a binary. I don't recall it's human readable. Yeah, maybe yes. And then STL is up to you. Okay, these are the format that you can use with OpenFOAM. You export it, and that's it. So you're going to have a file, a single solid. You don't have faces. So if you want to have the faces, there are some tricks. Okay, to do that later, I'm going to show you. And then the next step, as I say, I usually like to create the box, how my simulation is going to look like. So I will sketch in this plane from plane, or you can create additional planes. Now, so see here that you have the plane tool. So click there, and you can create it. So it's up to you. So from plane, let me sketch here, normal to screen, and my domain will look like this. Okay, you can add dimensions. So I'm not going to be very picky in dimensions. So let me put it here 4. Let me put here so you can get access to my document, and then you can see my setup. Let me put 4 here. Let me put here 4 here. So see, everything black means fully constrained. Blue still is free to move. And now let me use this. Let me create. So see that you have options, booleans. So remove. So I want to create a new solid. It's solid. We're working in solid, not with surfaces. Very different concepts. Okay, be careful about that. Let me do again symmetric, and let me put here 8. And there you go. My domain. Let me click here. Let me go here, edit appearance, some transparency, and this is my domain, how it will look like. So see that now you click here, you have the coordinates, and you can go to your case fast or C3. You have there my template, or you can use the snappy config tool. It's up to you, but I recommend to use my template and put your coordinates, and that's all. So for blockMesh, then the geometry you need to export it. So let's say, for instance, that also you want to export the refinement region or create a refinement region. So let's do it. So I want to sketch in this plane. And my refinement region now will be something a little bit different. So let me do something like this. And then let me put something like this. So I reach in the midpoint there. So here, trim, erase this, and this. So there you go. And now same idea. I'm happy here. And let me select here, new, and let's do always symmetric, and let me do 3, and this is it. And let me add some transparency, edit appearance. So just to mention that internally in Snappy, remember that you have a sphere, cylinder, whatever, but this shape, you didn't have it. So if you want to create that entity, you need to have the STL. So go here, you export your STL, or OBJ. So I like to use STL because I'm sure that also support text because I can modify them and I know them very well. Export it. And you download. And let me go. Downloads. You have there. Open with. Say that you have it there, give a name, you can change it, whatever. And this is your STL that now you can read. Okay, you can put it into your case. So as you go back here, I can put it there and off you go. Okay, so, and actually just to show you, so let's do it now. So I can convince you things are working. Let me put it here. Okay, it didn't work. I think I need to copy so paste one file. So I will call it rename as a set. Let me read this new. I don't need this. That's a set. Bam, bam, bam. And that's it. So if I go now here, what? As you see, things are very straightforward. So run mesh and serial. Let's see if I didn't make any mistake. And yeah, it's running. And there we go. Phone. Let me put this there. This one. There you go. As you see, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Very easy. Okay, you have there, you can add multiples, regions and so on. So this is how I do it. So you can see the importance of having the geometry. Now that you have this visual reference, you know the extremes, the coordinates of your domain, you can export different boxes, you can see smallest edges where you have a small edge, or sometimes you do the mesh and you see that you have in a particular region a problem, you can modify that, you can add there a fillet and so on. So there is a lot to do. Okay, I recommend you always just do the geometry, spend some time. So let me go back, and in the video description you have the link, so here how of the geometry, everything. So here you have the whole history. You can move this one and you can see the steps that I follow, everything, how I create it. So there is no wrong or right when you do the geometry, so you can do different steps in different order. It doesn't matter. At the end, you need to get a single watertight geometry. That is your main goal. Here, this is how I did it for the 2D case, how I was thinking, and I know my coordinates. I export the cylinder and you have it there. And what is interesting, what I want to show you now, things can be parameterized, and probably here I don't recall what I do with Boolean. This is the one I want to show you. For instance, if you want to, okay, you have the body cylinder, and if you want to export single surfaces here, see that you create your body and see that you have this option here, offset surface. Basically, it's this option here. You have it here, offset, and this is how I do it. Remember, there are different ways to do it. You can use the commands in OpenFOAM. I didn't show you. There is another case that I'm going to show you, but you can use this one. Basically, this one will select a face, and then you give an offset. Put 0, and you put it in place, and then you have the surface here. 3 surfaces, and then I can export each of these surfaces. And actually, this is how I did one of the meshes still that there are in the case. I constructed like this, okay? And this is how you do it. However, you have to be careful with the normal, okay? Because here you're going to have normals. I don't recall, I think it was already fixed. It will, in older versions in Onshape now, in previous days, the normals were created in two phases. Now I think the normals is just in one phase, but it might happen that the normals are pointing one is all pointing inwards, the other outwards, so it's a problem. So later we're going to see how to fix that problem, but this is more advanced stuff. So there you go. This is how you create your geometry. So again, to stress this one, my best advice, also generate your geometry, okay? You can see that you can get a lot of control. So I think this is all for the cylinder case. We have covered a lot, and now we can move to the next case, which is the careful case, very nice case. Generating the geometry, there's a little bit more complicated in the sense that you need to use specific functions and so on. But in any case, it's not a problem. We're going to focus in the meshing boundary layer and some other nice techniques to reduce the mesh size or memory usage. So thank you for the attention. See you next video. Bye.